So, yo, what is up here, guys? I'm here with one of our superstar clients. It's a very special guest. I'm here with Juan today. And Juan, I'm super excited to see what you've been able to achieve and what you've been able to do with your business and see how it all feels that everything's kind of came together and scaled for you. So everybody welcome in Juan.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
No doubt, bro. Happy to have you here. So Juan, tell me a little bit more about you. How was business and life, your Airbnb business, like prior to working together? Just kind of a little bit about your background and history.
Of course. So I'm actually based in Orlando, Florida. I actually had an existing Airbnb business before we partnered up together and joined the kind of like the mentorship. I was at 4, and then I just got my 5th one right when I joined you. Really having issues just kind of filling the weekly stuff and kind of just maximizing my profits, getting as much as I can for per nightly rate, just trying to be competitive. Since then, I've been able to scale up. I'm at 7 properties right now. I'm hoping to close out a couple, 2 or 3 more deals here in the next couple months, and really just optimizing my pricing and not really leaving any money on the table.
That's awesome, man. So you had already had some experience, I guess, with Airbnb. You already had 4 units launching your 5th unit, your 5th property there in Orlando. And man, tell me about when did we start? When did we start working together? You know, when did we initially talk? Because I think we spoke before, and then it's only been a few, maybe 3 or 4 months, I think.
I want to say it was like sometime in March or April, something like that. Maybe May. I'm not really sure.
Right. Okay. So just a few months. Yeah, super cool. And I remember we're talking before, because you were in the space down in Florida killing it. So we kind of connected there and then ended up joining. So cool, man. So I guess like before, your business, before joining, were there any bottlenecks that you, other than like occupancy on the 5th, were there any bottlenecks that you were experiencing in your business? Was there anything that you were really trying to overcome as far like processes and automations, or where were we at there?
Yeah, I think I didn't really have any major problems, just a small couple of things that I could have definitely improved and which you've definitely helped me with. Like I said, kind of just optimizing the pricing, getting the calendar filled during the week on the larger properties, the 2-bedroom properties. Also, you helped me a lot with the funding. You were able to get me, I think, $75,000, which was super helpful.
Yeah.
Gives me the ability to scale up a lot quicker. We also like systemized the cleaning process, kind of came up with a checklist for the cleaners, know what their expectations are. In addition to that, kind of just filled in every gap on the Airbnb profile, like any little thing I had blank, and put in more useful information in the descriptions, like how far something is, or what the walking score is, or just like things close by, recommendations, making it as user-friendly as possible.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I've seen it too. I've seen the listings. They look great, bro. The properties are beautiful. We're doing really well before, and then I think we just kind of like took it up a notch there. So I guess let's talk money, man. Let's talk about the fun stuff. Let's talk about numbers, because you mentioned $75,000 in funding, and we actually worked with our funding partners to get our clients and our students that money. I guess revenue wise, where were you before joining the mentorship with the 4 to 5 units?
So 4 to 5 units, I want to say I was probably doing maybe 14 to 16,000 a month.
Okay. And then with the influx of capital, like you were able to add the other 2 units, and I think you have a few more in the pipeline coming down the rest of the year or so.
Exactly. So I got the funds ready whenever I find a deal, or I'm just ready to close on it right away. Right now, with the other 2 properties in there, I'm probably doing anywhere from like 24 to 26,000.
Jeez. So an extra like 10K a month essentially off those 2 properties.
Yeah, probably about 10K a month. It's definitely helped a lot.
Okay. No, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. And the best thing about like the Airbnb business, what I tell people, a lot of people to get in it, is passive. Right. So I'm probably 80 to 90% passive. It's not 100% passive by any means. There are some tweaks to do every week, and then, manage the business on a monthly basis. But that's an extra $10,000 in passive income every month.
Yeah, really just able to make these small tweaks. We're able to kind of make a large difference here. Optimize the pricing, not really leave much money on the table. Much more competitive, dynamic pricing tool we kind of used was a game changer.
Yeah. Not 100%. You have a real pricing strategy that you could manage pretty much every week for all your properties. So, man, that's awesome, bro. Like, Juan, man, thank you for sharing that. Like, how does it feel now that everything is streamlined? It seems like the amount of time that you have to put in your business compared to 6 months ago, like, what does that even look like as far as like the time difference,
Yeah, no, it feels great. Definitely able to spend a lot less time on the business itself. Like you said, it's not fully passive, it's semi-passive, but I'm probably putting anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours a week total. I'm not really going to meet guests. I'm not really like going to the properties, check them in, check them out type thing, or like systemize everything and kind of have a process in place to make things easier, not just for me, but for the team that works with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure your team loves you too, because now everything's just super streamlined. Bro, 2 to 5 hours a week, and you're bringing in $25,000 a month. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Impressive, bro. Like that's awesome, man. So I guess as far as like growth in different things, I know you put a bunch of systems and automations in with pricing, listing optimization, housekeeping team, hiring. What about like outsourcing? Like talk to me about how you're launching new properties, because you're not even as involved anymore, right? You do a lot of the, I think, sales and acquisition, really good with the investors and the real estate investors that you work with. Like, tell me about like what else you guys are outsourcing to help expedite the process as far as like launching the properties.
right. So the goal is usually to have a property completed after, signing a lease within, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks tops, outsourcing pretty much everything. I'm really just acquiring the deal, finding the landlord. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Outsourcing everything from the interior designing, the funding, kind of everything in between.
Yeah.
I don't really do much.
Well, that's insane. 2 to 5 hours a week, really stepped into the CEO role of your business, and then pretty much you outsource, you hire people that are better than you in those specific areas, and then you can work on actually the relationships with the investors, the relationships with the landlords, raising capital, and then pretty much growing the business. It would seem.
Exactly. Kind of just focusing on more on the back end stuff. I also run another business, so that takes up some time too. I'm able to focus some time into that, and then not really focus so much on the day-to-day stuff with the Airbnb stuff,
Yeah.
and kind of just it runs itself in a sense.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. I love it. What are your goals in the future? I mean, it seems like you have really good relationships. You're getting really good ratings from your guests and the guest experience. What are your goals there? Do you want to stay in Orlando and Central Florida? Do you want to expand outside or?
So yeah, one of my goals is definitely to be you know, expand outside of Florida, not just Central Florida, but outside of Florida. Maybe somewhere in Texas, Tennessee, California, wherever there's a good deal, Arizona. I'm constantly looking. I feel like I've pretty much mastered this area, and I don't want to really put all my eggs in one basket either. So I think it's best to diversify. Another goal I think is I really want to keep expanding the portfolio, scaling up. Like we talked about, I'm at 7 properties right now. I think I'd like to get to 10 by Q1 of next year. I think that's
Right.
a realistic goal. And I also kind of want to, get more on the management side, co-hosting properties for other people, being able to help them with what I know, and then being able to make money from their properties without having so much overhead or reoccurring rent rolls every month.
Right. So you have actually a real strategy as far as moving into Q4, Q1 of next year on the growth there. Now, thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight, man. So for anyone watching that's been on the fence about joining my program, or maybe getting their first coach or mentor, maybe they're just stuck and plateaued at just 1 or 2 properties, man. What would you say to somebody that's on the fence about joining my program and working with us?
I'd say just go ahead and do it. If you're on the fence, it definitely benefited me, and I'm somebody that's got experience in this game, got my feet wet already. I was able to, find success with it. Whether you're somebody that has no properties, 1 property, 2 properties, 5, Josh has a plethora of knowledge and expertise in this, and he'll guide you, hold your hand through the process if you need it. He'll help you find properties, get you the funding, everything in between, designing it, you name it. He if he doesn't do it, he's got somebody on his team that can help you. So and also he's a relatable guy. That's really what sold me on it. I don't feel like he's too pushy or too salesy, and that's something that I can find relatable, and what really made me want to go ahead with the coaching and the mentorship.
Bro, thank you. Yeah, I try to tell you. I feel like I'm pretty chill. Like I'm pretty chill. I'm not an influencer. I'm not, any social media flexer or anything like that, bro. Just a regular guy, bro. Trying to do some amazing things. So cool, bro. Well, I hope this video was a blessing. So if you don't know by now, we do have an Airbnb coaching program. You can click the link below to book a call with our team, but we don't want to work with everyone, right? So Juan is literally the perfect student. He came in, he paid it full. He got right to work, executed everything that we guided him through and that we taught him. So we really want to work with hosts, and we want to really build a hospitality brand, with purpose, and provide a legacy for their families is a driving force. So if that's you, please click a link below in the video. And Juan, any last things you want to say? Where can they find you on social media?
I just launched my brand page on Airbnb on Instagram. You can find me at Made by BNB, and you can see all my properties there. And I'll send you the links if you want to take a look at it. I'm a 4.9 rated host, top host in Central Florida, and yeah, just scaling up.
Juan, thanks so much for your time. Like I said, I hope this video has been a blessing, and you guys take it easy.